So many of you know I've come back from holiday and I put in a load of seeds of brassicas, and I've been away for 2 weeks, and obviously a lot of the seeds, a lot of the brassicas have got rather leggy like this. So I'm just potting them up, and I thought I might show you just a small technique that I use for planting brassicas when they get leggy. So I'll show you how I do these on these red cabbages. I think I can't remember what variety they are, but I'll put it in the notes, or I might remember. But I'll just give you a show of how to do that. So I'm indoors doing this potting up because it's absolutely pouring down of rain, and it hasn't stopped since I got up this morning. And I was going to stand in the cold greenhouse and do it, but decided that I will come in to the warm and do them here. So I've set myself up. So I'm using these container wise seed trays, and these are, I think these are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These are 6, 8, so 48 trays, and they're nice and firm, and they're great once these get going. There's a big hole underneath, and they're really easy to pop them out, but I'll show you that later on. At the moment, I'm just going to show you how to deal with some leggy brassicas, anything that's leggy really. So here's a couple. There you go. So you don't have to be too gentle with them. And so I'm going to bring you in closer. See if I can get you in there. Right. I'll show you just here. Hopefully you can see it. So I kind of lay it across the hole. So I make a nice big hole. I lay it across the hole and very gently push it in. Bring the roots in. And this is my little chopstick that I use. And it's that little leggy plant now is perfect in there. So I'll show you one more. So you can see it is very leggy. Hang on there. It's a very leggy plant, much taller than this seed tray. So as I said, I just lay it across, just pop it down gently like that. Don't be too vigorous with it, just pop it in gently. So the soil should be up to here before the, just below the leaves, and then just pop that in all the way along, and they will grow away fine. And that's how I pot up leggy brassicas. Here are the sweet potato slips I bought back from my friend yesterday, because I'd been away on holiday, so they've been looking after them for me. Normally I would take off the slips before now. They are a bit long, but they're still fine. They'll be fine. So what you do is you take off the slip where it joins, I don't know if you can see that, where it joins the potato down here. You just pull it off like that. So you get, that's the slip. Now, if the weather was really warm, you could just plant this straight in the ground and it would produce roots. But because it's still very cold, I take off the bottom leaves, and I have a carton of water here, and just pop them in the water like that. And in a few days, maybe a week's time, this will have some roots on it. And when the roots are developed, you can pot them up. I would probably pot these up in either into individual pots, quite long pots, or some root trainers, but I'll show you that stage when we get to it. So for now, I'm going to just take off all of these side shoots, all of these, what they call slips, break them all off, pop them into water, and then they will grow some more. So I'll continue doing that until I've got enough of them and I don't need any more. But there's always people who want some sweet potato slips, so it's never a problem. These are sweet potatoes that I grew last year, that I've kept a few back to grow the slips from, so I know that they will do well on the allotment. So from this tray, I've managed to get 8 slips here that I'm going to just strip off the bottom leaves and pop in the thing. But when I took 2 of them off, I'll show you. As I took these 2 off, you'll see that it's already got some roots on it. So this one I will probably go and pot up. I could just pop it in the water, and I might do that, or I'll go down and just pop it in the in a root trainer or a large pot and let it just root and become a nice plant for potting out later. And also this one. So these 2 have already got roots on. The others I'll pop into the water. I'll give this another good drink, and you can see there are already lots more slips coming up in this pot. And I'll just carry on taking them off until I've got enough. So we're indoors at home, and it's the beginning of the warm season crops. And Anna has got to tolerate a certain amount of things.
In a nice tidy house.
And you're now going to see how much she has to put up with in this next video. So this is a racking system that we put up in our conservatory area, just here. And I'll show you, she puts this up every year for the last
10 years?
2 years? 3
No,
years?
at least 10 years we've been doing this. Yeah, 10 years for all the little plants.
I think that's a little bit of an exaggeration, but we're putting it up again this year, and I'll show you exactly what it is. Second one going up. Nearly there. So the 2 racking systems are now up in the conservatory area, and Anna has put them up nicely. Thank you.
Yep. No problem.
And now I've got to set all the lights up. So I'll show you the system once we put the lights on. So the racks are all set up, and the grow lights have been put on, and now I can start moving everything down here and potting up all my seedlings, and they'll romp away. It's a very simple setup. It's just a cheap racking system and some cheap grow lights. They're on a timer in this conservatory, so it won't need grow lights all the time, just as supplementary light. And the warmth is already here, so we don't have to pay for any extra warmth for some of the warmer loving plants like the tomatoes, aubergines, chilies, etc., which will be coming down very shortly. And it'll be brilliant. I'll show you all of this once all the plants are on as well. Maybe not in this video, I'll wait for the next one. So that's it for today, and wherever you are, whatever you're doing, happy growing. Bye for now.